Week 4. Escape to Morocco. The office problem is finally resolved. After weeks of tension, stress, and endless back and forth emails, Vincent is gone and the project is back on track. My boss calls me into his office, not to reprimand me this time, but to congratulate me. "Take some time off," he says. "You deserve it." So I do. I pack a bag, book a last-minute flight, and leave Paris behind. Marrakesh greets me with the scent of spices, the hum of market vendors, and the dry, golden air that sticks to my skin. I wander the narrow, labyrinthine streets of the Medina, absorbing the chaotic beauty of it, all the deep reds and blues, of hand-woven carpets, the warm glow of brass lamps, the hypnotic rhythm of a street musician's drum. Here I am, no one, just another traveler passing through, no expectations, no obligations. I walked through the streets of Morocco, seeing its signature shade of blue, a mesmerizing hue between blue and green. I am captivated. The stairs, the walls, everything is the same shade of turquoise. These ancient structures, these streets, enveloped in this color, bring me an inexplicable sense of calm, transporting me to an entirely different world. Above the old city, seagulls soar, their wings cutting through the sky. Watching them, I feel an unexpected sense of freedom. By the second day, I find myself drawn to the Atlantic coast, Essaouira, a port city where the wind never stops, where the ocean roars against the old fortress walls. I walk along the shore, my footprints washed away almost instantly by the waves. The sea is endless, stretching far beyond sight, and for the first time in weeks, maybe months, my mind is quiet. I watch the surfers glide effortlessly through the waves, their bodies in perfect harmony with the ocean. And then I meet him, Abet. He's sitting on the sand, sketching something in a worn notebook. At first, I barely notice him, but then the wind catches his curls, and he looks up, meeting my gaze. There's something striking about him, sharp features softened by youth, but a maturity in his eyes that makes me pause, enjoying the view. He asks, smirking slightly. His French is smooth, effortless. "Which one? The ocean or you?" I say without thinking. He laughs. Both are free to admire. We talk. His story is familiar in ways I don't expect. He left home young, searching for something more than what was expected of him. He's been in Morocco for almost a year now, making a life in a place that is neither fully his nor entirely foreign. He works at a small cafe, sketches when he has time, dreams of traveling but doesn't know how to leave. There's something about him, something unguarded, something I don't usually allow myself to get close to. He's younger, only 19, and that hesitation flickers through my mind. But it fades as quickly as it comes, because as we talk, I realize he isn't a boy trying to figure out the world. He already knows more than most people ever will. We spend the entire day together, walking the coastline, exploring the narrow alleys of the old city. He shows me hidden corners, places only the locals know. By the time the sun sets, I don't want to leave. For the first time in years, I don't. One day, Abet takes me to the desert. We stay in a traditional Moroccan tent, surrounded by nothing but golden sand, and the sound of the wind whispering through the dunes. That night, under a sky so full of stars, it feels unreal. I realize that this moment will stay with me forever. In the years to come, I will think of this night often. unable to put into words what it meant. After the desert, we visit a waterfall. The water is cold, clear, untouched. We strip down and wade into the pool, letting the current push and pull us together. He laughs, shaking water from his curls, and in that moment, I feel weightless. For the first time, I let myself be part of the world around me, not just an observer. 3 days, 3 days of laughter, of slow mornings in his tiny apartment with the windows open to the sea breeze, of long conversations that stretch into the night, of his body against mine, warm, eager, real. Sex has never felt like this before, not just a distraction, not just a game, but something raw, like we're trying to learn each other piece by piece. I think about Paris, about the faces that blur together, about how I always leave before morning. Here I stay. I let myself stay. On the last night, we sit on the rooftop of his building, watching the stars. He leans back on his elbows, his curls falling away from his face. "You don't seem like the type to let someone in," he says. "I'm not," I admit. "Then why me?" I don't have an answer. Or maybe I do, but saying it would make it real. I don't promise to stay in touch. We both know I won't. That's not how these things work. But as I board my flight back to Paris, I feel something I haven't in a long time. I feel the absence of him, and that terrifies me more than anything else. Paris. I am back in my apartment, staring at the ceiling, the city's familiar hum seeping through the windows. My body is here, but my mind is still in Morocco, still walking those narrow blue streets, still feeling the heat of the desert sand, still tasting the salt on Abed's skin. I try to push it away, try to bury it beneath the weight of my return, of the emails that have already begun to pile up, of the Monday morning meeting that awaits me. This is my life. This has always been my life. I exhale, get up, start preparing for the new week. But I know something has shifted, and I don't know if I can ever go back to who I was before.